Okay, so I have a confession to make to you guys. I filmed the whole first portion of this video where I unbox these inks and I introduce you to the ones that I have purchased and that I will be swatching. And I also swatched the first two, as you can probably see through the ghosting of the page. However, what I did wrong was that I got too hot, forgot that my microphone was in fact attached to my t-shirt, switched to a tank top and a light cardigan instead of my sweater and my t-shirt, and left the microphone across the room. So the first portion, thank God I noticed, is muffled. The first ones that I started with are Kitty Inkpot, A Certain Yam, and Ostrich Inks. This is moss green. So I'm using my Speedball B-nib. This is on just a regular pen holder. And these are the inks that I got from Aliexpress. I really wanted a full bottle of A Certain Yam. I'm in love with this color, so that is why I went for the full bottle. And for Ostrich Inks Moss Green, I wanted a smaller bottle. However, it cost about the same when I went to go buy it. So I just got the big one. I can give out samples as my excuse. However, that is in fact an excuse. Okay, so I'm going to try to do these swatches a little smaller than last time because I have a lot more ink to get through this time than I did last time. Gotta fit more on the page. So I love this color. I think the shading is gorgeous. This is Kitty Inkpot. A Certain Yam. I don't know if anyone else keeps like ink logs of their inks. I have a ink book that's like, I don't know if anyone else collects Pokemon cards or anything. I don't really collect them, but the plastic binders, it's kind of like that. It is in fact just an A5 like sort of cute green stationery binder thing I got, but in it I have the plastic cards that many people do use to house their Pokemon cards, and in them I have the same size of paper of cutouts I did of Aerofil paper, and on the Aerofil paper I have my whole collection of inks. So what I'm saying is if anyone watching this wants to see me update my ink logbook, it's just going to be a lot of the same swatches and chatting, but if you want to see that, let me know. I might do it anyways. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so this is Ostrich Inks Moss Green, and I'm also using my Khaki Mori brass nib. I love this nib. I'm very happy I have it. It just makes ink swatching so much more fun. Ostrich Inks Moss Green. Now this does remind me of like every other mossy green ink I have, but that's okay. We forgive ourselves for loving the same color and for being blind to when we already have 6,000 of them. I did say in the first portion of this video that I could probably live like 6 lifetimes as a writer or someone who journals every day and never finish all of the bottles of baby poop green ink I have, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. That is just simply the truth. But it is what it is. I'm going to try to fit a lot more swatches on one page. Okay, so now I don't even know what to do next because, God, look at the beautiful, beautiful shading in that. That is beautiful chroma shading. That's just gorgeous. I'm in love with that. I'm in love with that so much. Okay. Screw it. I want to see Lady Grey next because this is the Reddit pick. I participated in the survey. I love the Fountain Pens Reddit. It is so lovely in there. I love anybody who has a love for fountain pens. I feel like the community is just so incredible and amazing and fun, and we all love to share our experiences and our opinions about the hobby, and it's just, it feels great. It feels like a nice like place to share things with people. That is a beautiful color. I think we did a good job picking. And I also love that it's called Lady Grey. That was my vote for the name as well. This is Diamine Lady Grey. I'm assuming that is with an E. Yeah. Oh, I like the blue tones I'm seeing in that already. My squigglies, my swirlies. Oh, I'm forgetting the hearts. I was doing hearts. Oh, that's tragic. Perhaps I'll add them in from now on. I usually don't forget the hearts. What am I doing? God, maybe I go for, I know a lot of these colors are similar, so I'm going to do something kind of funny, and I'm going to go for a lighter, pinkier chroma shading ink on the first swatch, a green on the second, and a more purpley one on the third. And I feel like I could keep that going for a lot of this video because I know that I picked a lot of similar shades. I'm going to swatch White Rabbit next. I love that sticker, is so fun. I had no idea. White Rabbit. White Rabbit. That's so cool. Props to Wearingeul on that packaging. I've always loved reading. I have hundreds of books. And as much as I don't always read the most classical and sophisticated literature, I do love reading, and I always have. And I love a good literature reference, is my point. I just think they're fun. It's just such, look at that. That's just such a unique and gorgeous shade. I love that so much. Already love it. Okay. Wearingeul White Rabbit. Heart for good measure. Okay. Wow, that is so pretty. I'm excited to put that in like a broad pen. I feel like I just de-inked my TWSBI Diamond 580 in white and rose gold, the number 2 version, the second version. And I de-inked that from having Wearingeul's Path in it. So maybe I'll put another Wearingeul ink in it. White Rabbit, that's a beautiful color. Wow, I love that so much. I'm already so happy. Like, I really did put a lot of thought into the inks that I purchased today for this ink order. Today. I make it sound like I decided just today. Please do not break box. This is the Bungubox Shuto. This is an expensive ink for how much you get. I do this occasionally, mostly with greens, I would say. I'm excited to try it though. I don't remember exactly what the full name is. Shuto Bancha. Shuto Bancha. Okay. Bungu Box. There's so much cat hair disguised on my notebook. You can't see it right away, and then it's like Lady Grey is shading beautifully. That's a lot more of a chromo shader than I thought it was going to be. This is just a grid Hobonichi notebook, by the way. Wow, I love, okay. I'm in love with that. That is like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's just straight drugs for me. Yep. Bungu Box. Well, I fucked up that B. Shuto Bancha. Oh my god, I love that so much. Love, 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 love. That is just a punchy olive. That's so good. I don't regret it. may have been too much money, but I don't regret it, okay? I'd do it again. It does have that slightly chemically sailor ink smell that some inks have. It doesn't bother me. It just reminds me of, and I don't know if anyone will remember this or if anyone's Canadian or has the same experiences as I do, because I'm 24. Anyways, in elementary school, we had these like pot paints or these circles, and they always got like the dips in the middle from kids like just smushing their paintbrushes in there. Those tempera paints, I believe they're called tempera paints, they remind me of the smell of, it's the exact smell. So it sends me back to elementary school, sitting in the basement of my elementary school and working on art projects for different things with our school paints. That's always a weird sensation for me. Okay, I think I will go with Potpourri next. Next ink we will swatch. Now, there's one thing I do not love about the Inkvent inks. I love the Inkvent inks in every way, except that I think that maybe the bottles are a little excessive. This is giant. It has giant feet, okay? And I don't know where to put it. It just takes up so much more room than other bottles, and I feel like the other Diamine bottles are a little bit easier to organize. But that's all right. This is Potpourri by Diamine. I'm very excited about this color. It looks gorgeous from what I've seen. Wow, that's just so pretty. I'm in love already. I'm in love. I'm in love. I just recently, yesterday, de-inked a bunch of my pens because I was running out of ink in almost all of them, and I had been using the same color scheme. It's actually very similar to this color scheme, so that's quite funny, but Diamine, this is very springy of me. Potpourri. I don't know, is that 2 I's? 2 R's, I'm correct. Is that ink around a little bit? That is gorgeous. That is so pretty. Wow. So pretty. Wow. I sound silly. That's okay. White Rabbit just looks so unique. How cool is that? Oh, I just hit my mic. And a certain yam? That is just, in what universe is that just an ink shade? That just doesn't exist. Now, I know that Shuto Bancha, that definitely looks exactly like many inks. I have a lot of inks that are similar. It's a sickness, but that's okay. Tobacco Sunburst. I guess. I'm excited for this ink. I've been wanting this since I actually started collecting inks. It's okay. And see, that is just gorgeous. That's so gorgeous. God, I'm so happy I have that. I love brown ink. Like, I'm a big fan of pink inks, green inks, brown inks. I can't stop. It's actually a problem. Diamine, tobacco, sunburst. I can already tell this is a wet ink. That just looks so gorgeous on the page. That is just such a vibrant brown, a juicy brown. I don't know if anyone knows what I mean when I say juicy. That is a juicy brown. For sure. For sure. Okay, next we have Three Kings, I suppose. Kind of abandoning the theme of pinky, green, purpley, but there's only so long I can keep it going if I would like to swatch the non-shimmer inks before I swatch the shimmer inks. Three Kings is another Diamine. This is green Inkvent. Oh, and it is, that is sealed shut. Okay, cool. is open. I got it open. Excellent. This is probably going to be strikingly similar to Tobacco Sunburst. Oh, that's just like a lighter version, more yellow. That is just gorgeous, though. Both of these are gorgeous. Probably didn't need both, but it is what it is. I have them now. Diamine. 3 Kings. I feel like my writing is never very neat with this khaki moreen, but that's all right. We're going to need to do hearts next to these. How? I'm not so sure. Usually I don't forget to. Okay. So far this is just successful. I'm having a great time. Tobacco Sunburst is such a rich color. Wow. I have a lot of Diamine inks in here. And Wearingeul, to be fair. 3, that's quite a lot. I love ordering from Stilo&Stile and Cult Pens because I feel like they always have those inks in stock that I really want, but I feel like I can never find, which I find annoying. I'm now moving on to the shimmery segment of the ink video. Surely my scissors are in here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay, I'm doing this terribly. Okay, I really am butchering this box. Whatever. Just open, man. I just want to open it. Is it telling me I need to do it like properly with scissors? Maybe that's not such a smart plan. But whatever. I have forced this open. And I will not be keeping it in its box for that reason. Oh. Tiny little swatchy stickery dudes. Not sure what that is for. Okay. Oh, look at that shimmer. Wow. Okay. Gotta agitate that a little bit. The reason I chose this one over Diamine's Olive Swirl is because I already have Wearingeul Path, which doesn't have, so this has like a coppery shimmer in it rather than a green or gold shimmer. I think it's gold shimmer that's in Path and also Olive Swirl. So I went with this because I feel like it is the more unique to me on the side of green shimmers and what I already have and what I don't have. So I'm happy with that as my choice. See, you can see why I love that. That is just gorgeous. That is the exact type of like goopy, yeah. Look at that shimmer. Wow. Yeah, I'm very excited about that. That is a bright color. Gotta get my pen in there while there's still some shimmer afloat. This is Colorverse Gluon. I'm pretty sure it's just Gluon, but I like it being called Gluon Glistening. See, that's not as similar as I thought it was going to be to Wearingeul's Path, because here's the thing is when you're looking online, and this is why a lot of people do recommend that you just sample inks before you buy them. When you're looking online, a lot of the problem is your monitor is probably just not going to show things, or your phone isn't going to show things the way that they're actually going to be. So I can look at this ink as many times as I want online and it'll still look different to me in person. That is gorgeous though. It's just unique and gorgeous. I love that. I love it's like almost like a red coppery shimmer. That's very unique and lovely. Diamine Three Kings. Look at the way that's shading. Gosh, wow. I have a lot of pretty inks today. I've done good. Now this box is butchered. We don't talk about it. Where's the little tip thing that you use to close it? Test cut it off the box. It happens. Only to me. Now I think next I'll try Sugar Snap because this is the last green, question mark? Yes. Last green of the bunch. Look at that shimmer. The pens I didn't de-ink yesterday, I kept milk chocolate in here. I think I want to refill this with milk chocolate. I just have been loving this. This is my Tuesday Diamond Mini in the rose gold, and it has milk chocolate by Kobe. Kobe's milk chocolate is probably one of my favorite inks. I just love that shade. It is just so gorgeous. This is just such a bright, beautiful spring green. This is already so springy of me. That was a very hefty swatch. Oopsie. Oopsie daisy. This is Diamine. Sugar. Snap. I will say I did get the Inkvent calendar this year. I am not a fan of pigment inks. I should have known. I did look at the description before. I was just hoping it was a couple. And I feel like there was a lot more than I had bargained for, but that is okay. It happens. I should have known. That's why a lot of people probably wouldn't buy the Inkvent. It was just my first opportunity to properly get one. And I really wanted to, so I did. I don't regret it either. I enjoy getting to try them, and I guess it's nice to have some pigment inks for my future if I ever want to try them, but yeah. Now that is just a gorgeous, bright, happy grass green, I feel like. I enjoy that. I feel like the shimmer as it dries down might be a little bit silverier. It's exciting. Okay, now I have Persephone. Persephone is probably, I'm going to swatch this last because I think it's one of the ones I'm most excited for. Nightingale and the Rose, I will swatch next. I have Masquerade, Persephone, Nightingale, and the Rose left. So there's a couple Wearingeul inks I have. I have the Star Child, which is gorgeous. No, the sticker. What happened, Nightingale? Oscar, you've never done me wrong. It's okay, just a sticker. This is a gorgeous sort of like neutrally brown with some pinky coppery shimmer, pinky shimmer. Made in Korea. Thank you, Wearingeul. God, it's just gorgeous in the bottle already. I can't. I don't know if I want to swatch it there. Maybe just a little bit lower. I feel like that's not a lot of room, but whatever. That's all right. And my khaki marine nib. This is Wearingeul. Wearingeul. Nightingale and the Rose. That is gorgeous. Oh. My head just touched the camera, I believe. Oh, what do I save for last? Masquerade or Persephone? I'll do Masquerade next. I don't know. I'm excited about it. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous pink. I love a dusty pink as well with gold shimmer. I've been wanting a shade like this for a while. I wanted Tono & Lim's Burma Tourmaline, I believe is what it's called, but that one is just harder to get. Thus, we have this one. Gotta shake it up. Sugar Snap is just lovely. It's gorgeous. It reminds me a little bit of Tinkerbell. Anyone else feel that way? The lighting in this video is probably quite interesting because it's like very wintry outside. And so it's bright, but it's also snowy, which I feel like makes it almost brighter, but less sunny. I don't know how to describe it. It's like more of a painful bright. If that makes any sense at all. Anyone catches my drift? Yeah, this is it. That's just lovely. So pretty. Oh, there is a cat hair. Please no. Rudy, I resent you. Diamine. I do not know if I spelled Masquerade correctly there at all. I'm excited to ink this in a pen. I don't know what pens I'm going to ink because I've had the same inks in my pens for a little while, and I was waiting for these inks to arrive so that I could choose what I wanted next time, because I had Yozakura, I had Purgatorio by Wearingeul, which is very similar to White Rabbit, but I feel like it's a little more purple. It's kind of like a purple version of that of White Rabbit. And I had Cafe Crema. I'm gonna ink for sure in my Sailor. Where's the lid? I have one Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and I'm going to put Tobacco Sunburst in there. I believe it's just too good to pass up that combination. I did see that on a post somewhere, and I've been thinking about it ever since. I also wanted Tobacco Sunburst forever, so it's been on my Pinterest for ages. These colors are just amazing. I really do like Nightingale and the Rose as well. It's just a lovely, like, brown color. Okay. And last but absolutely not least is Persephone by Wearingeul. I have been thinking about this ink ever since I saw it. I cannot get it out of my head. I love that shimmer. Is just probably one of the most gorgeous shades of shimmer I've ever seen. And I have absolutely needed to use it ever since I saw it. So I don't know what pen I'll put this in. But I need to have this inked. Wow. That is a wonky swatch. Oopsie. Whatever. It's the last one. It can't all be perfect. Wearingeul. Persephone. There's so many like levels to that ink that are just gorgeous. Also, Masquerade is drying just beautifully. Wow, I chose so many good inks. They're like all the same color palette, which is making me laugh now that I'm looking at it. It's a very similar color palette. As you can tell, I love an earthy shade. I love a purple. I love a green. It tends to kind of be the same sort of thing over and over again. Wow, just some pretty, 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 pretty colors. Wow. I'm excited to pick which ones to ink. I don't know what I'm gonna put in what. It's very exciting because, like, listen, I don't know where my, I definitely want to put Tobacco Sunburst in my Sailor. I've been waiting for that. I'm excited to see the shimmer on Persephone when it dries. Masquerade, I'm for sure inking. Which else am I for sure inking? I kind of want to have a certain yam and something. I want to ink them all. That's the problem I'm having. Man, oh man. I could totally, so I have, this is one of my favorite pens. This was a gift from my boyfriend. I actually have 2 of these. Long story short, when I got this pen, it actually chipped within like 2 days or 3 days of having it at the bottom. And so they sent me a replacement after a while, because not only that, but I had the unlucky experience of having a Schmidt nib, which was very scratchy. But after that experience, Bennu was lovely. They sent a new pen. It was, unfortunately, I did have to wait for them to get back from being on vacation. But Summer Magic is probably one of my absolute favorite pen bodies I've ever seen. It's just gorgeous. It's hand painted. It's just so beautiful. It's exactly up my alley. Wearingeul Persephone would look too perfect in this. But I do currently have this inked with a cartridge. I do have 2 of them, though. The last time I inked the other one was, oh, actually, I am almost out of that, so maybe I will just clean it out soon. It's a possibility. So in this pen right now, if you're curious, is Rose Quartz by Pelikan Edelstein. Edelstein. That's a medium nib. I'm shaking the table, aren't I? Hello. But that would look lovely in there. It would look so good. It would just match so perfectly. I mean, a lot of inks would, even Sugar Snap. That's the exact type of, wow. One of my favorite inks to put in here was Gummy Berry by KWZ. I know some people don't love the smell of the KWZ inks. I personally love it. It makes me feel like I should just drink the bottle of ink, pick it up, and just take a chug, which maybe that is not something that I should do. I mean, maybe that's not even arguable. I definitely shouldn't do that. But my point is that they smell very good to me. Okay. I could also put Persephone in here. I don't know. I want a good flowing ink in this pen because I know that this pen has a lot of potential for me to love the nib, but with a wet ink for sure. So I don't know. I need to think about what I want to put in what. This is Kitty Inkpot, a certain yam. I love the shading on this ink. I think this is just gorgeous. The colors, I love how it looks. Pink, and just, it looks like a memory of something. It's just gorgeous. I love that. I love that chroma shading so much. Ostrich Ink's Moss Green. I love this for the little bit of, you can see that little bit of brown chroma shading in there. That's just lovely. That is a very mossy color. Lady Gray, this reminds me without a doubt of Lavender Coral by Ink Institute. Another purple shade I do love. Maybe this one will be a little more wet writing because I feel like Lavender Coral was a little bit dry for me. I could be wrong. May not be like that for everyone. This is Wearingeul's White Rabbit. Gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I love the shading in that. It's just got this beautiful, like, light brown to pink haloing effect. It does remind me of Diamine Blush a little bit, but a little less of an orangey pink. More of a browny light pink color. This is Bungubox Shuto Bancha. That is very much a Diamine Wagner, Sailor Ink Studio 970, Akashi Museum Gold by Kobe type color. Gorgeous green. I have several of them, as you can tell by my knowledge. Next, we have Diamine Potpourri. Can you even see that color? This is a gorgeous, gorgeous pinky purple is how I describe that. It's almost like a magenta-y purple color. I love that. It's so gorgeous. Now, this is probably one of the most rich, like light browns. I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see. What a gorgeous brown. I just love that. That's so beautiful. I feel like that's going to look amazing. It's definitely tobacco-y. They did that very well. And Three Kings, I love how that has the sort of haloing effect, halo ring of a sort of darker brown, and the inner shading of like a lighter sort of more gray gold almost. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about. That is just gorgeous. And then we have the shimmer inks. I'm flipping this back around. We have Colorverse Gluon Glistening. Very toxic waste. If you catch my drift. Diamine Sugar Snap, that's lovely. I love that. That shimmer is just, I mean, that's just stunning, huh? Wearingeul Nightingale in the Rose. This is just a lovely sort of medium, light, subtle, pinky brown. And it has that pink shimmer, which is just gorgeous. I love that so much. And Diamine Masquerade, I mean, need I say more than just showing the swatch? That is a beautiful dusty pink. That's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I hope I'm not moving that around too much. Wearingeul Persephone, this is just a beautiful purple. I mean, it's just a deep, gorgeous, I keep doing that. Deep, gorgeous purple. And I love that magenta shimmer. Wow, it's just so beautiful. And the shimmer is like almost a little more subtle. It could have just been the way I shook the bottle. I'm not sure, but that is just amazing. That's so pretty. And at the bottom there, I wrote out a couple sentences with Pelican Edelstein Rose Quartz. If you're wondering what ink that is, it's very bright pink. But I like the shading on it. It's quite beautiful. So yeah. And then I will quickly put together my, just cracked all of my fingers at once. Sorry. I will quickly put together my Hobonichi A6 cover and the little notebook I got, so I can show you guys what that looks like, because I showed it at the beginning of the video and you might be curious. But yeah, these are my new ink bottles from Stilo&Stile. I'm very, very happy with this. I will be updating you guys soon with a video of what I ended up inking. I'll do it currently inked, because currently I have nothing inked except like one pen. So it'll be good to put some of these beautiful inks in my pens and get to test them out and try them properly and let you guys know my official opinions of how I feel about how they write and how they feel and just the ink combinations I end up going with. I do believe I will be having a new pen day happening soon, and then that after that is basically I will not be buying much for a while. So I mean, until my birthday comes up, that will be about it. So got at least a month before anything new would possibly be in my possession, and then who knows. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my second swatch video of the week. I hope I don't look like too much of an ink addict. I promise you that I do slow down eventually. It's just, you know, the amalgamation of a lot of months of looking at inks and wanting inks, and I thought that this would be the perfect time to start my channel and to share with you guys one of the most exciting parts I think about watching ink videos and stationary YouTube for me, fountain pen YouTube, and all these videos is getting to see what inks people pick and what they swatch when they got new inks in the mail. And I just think that's one of the most fun parts. So I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.